Do women have a virtually unlimited potential to experience sexual pleasure? Do they have a virtually unlimited potential to experience orgasm? The answer to that question is yes. And that's not an opinion. It's not my opinion. It's a fact. Women have a virtually unlimited potential to experience orgasm. And that's a beautiful thing. Yet the sad reality is that most people, men and women, think it's easier for a man to experience orgasm than a woman. You see, most men, their women can get them off in 5 minutes flat. Many guys can't last 5 minutes during intercourse before they blow their load and enjoy an orgasm. But for women, many women are used to having to experience 20 or 30 minutes of clitoral stimulation before they can experience an orgasm. And therefore most people think it's easier for a man to get off than it is a woman. Indeed, most men get off every time they have sex, but something like 30% of women have never had an orgasm. And many women only orgasm sometimes. They don't always orgasm when they share a sexual experience with a man. So what's going on? Well, most men focus on the clitoris. And the fact of the matter is that if you focus on the clitoris, you're only ever going to give your woman, in most instances, one orgasm per session. Because after that clitoral orgasm, her clitoris becomes too sensitive to touch. If you carry on stimulating it, it'll either cause her irritation or it might even cause her pain. So if you only focus on the clitoris, you're likely to only ever give her one orgasm per session, which doesn't really sound like unlimited potential for sexual pleasure, does it? So how do you move towards these unlimited realms of orgasm? How do you take your woman to a place where you can give her 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20 or more orgasms every single time? How do you get your woman to a point where she's just coming non-stop for 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes, maybe even an hour? How do you do it? Well, the first thing is to move away from clitoral stimulation. You can use it, but use it as a warm-up. Realise that it's just an introduction to any sexual experience. It's not the whole experience. It's not the only way you're going to make her orgasm. It's just one way. So use the oral sex orgasm or stimulate her clitoris with your finger at the start of a session. Then divert your attentions to her vagina and give her G-spot and A-spot vaginal orgasms. You see, vaginal orgasms are a wonderful thing because the vagina doesn't suffer the same hypersensitivity post-orgasm that the clitoris does, meaning that when you give her vaginal orgasms, you'll be able to give her multiple orgasms every time with your fingers and during intercourse. And truthfully, if that's all you ever did, if all you ever did was give your woman multiple vaginal orgasms every time, she'd be addicted to you, and you'd be in a very small bracket of men. Most men are not giving their woman multiple vaginal orgasms every time. Heck, most men are struggling to give their woman one orgasm, and only a very small percent of men are giving their women vaginal orgasms during intercourse. So if you do that, you're doing great. But you can take things further. You can give her anal orgasms using your fingers, using a butt plug during intercourse. If you want to hear your woman scream her head off and experience the most powerful orgasms you've ever seen in your life, give her anal orgasms during intercourse. And of course, you don't have to touch her genitals in any way, shape or form to give her orgasms. You can give her nipple orgasms, lip orgasms, neck orgasms, ear orgasms, finger click orgasms, countdown orgasms. You can even spank her to orgasm. If you can think of it, you can make it happen. And you see, this is where things get interesting. You see, most of her orgasmic potential lies between her ears, in her mind. It doesn't lie between her legs or in a specific body part. It's just your job to lead her through these sexual experiences and get her to associate massive pleasure with many different things. Get her to associate massive pleasure to the idea of being spanked, and you'll be able to spank her to orgasm. Same goes for nipple stimulation. If all you do is lick your woman's nipple, she's probably not going to have an orgasm. But if you know what to say to her to get her to associate the idea of massive pleasure, as in orgasmic pleasure, to nipple stimulation, you'll be able to give her nipple orgasms. And this is what I mean when I say that women have a virtually unlimited potential for sexual pleasure. You can make a woman come over and over again every single time you fuck her in a myriad of different ways, and that's a beautiful thing. As a man, you blow your load, you're done. You're going to have to wait at least 10-15 minutes before you can get hard again. Some guys have to wait hours before they can get hard again. But your woman, you can get her hot, wet and horny, and you can fuck her brains out for hour upon hour. And she will keep coming and coming and coming if you understand how to talk dirty and lead her mentally as well as physically. And it's those ideas, it's the idea of leading her, being dominant and talking dirty and getting her to associate massive pleasure to being touched in certain ways that I explain in Bedroom Boss. In my Bedroom Boss program, I'll teach you how to give your woman clitoral orgasms. We'll cover that. We'll cover vaginal orgasms with your fingers and during intercourse. We'll talk about anal orgasms, fingering, butt plug and intercourse. And then we'll move on and talk about all kinds of crazy orgasms, including nipple orgasms, lip orgasms, blowjob orgasms. I mean, consider that. Consider the idea that you can make your woman come while she gives you a blowjob without touching her pussy and without letting her touch her own pussy or clit. I mean, this is powerful stuff. So to answer the question that is the title of this video, do women have a virtually unlimited potential for sexual pleasure? The answer is yes, they do. And anyone who tells you otherwise simply doesn't know what they're talking about. And if you want to help your woman, or the next woman that you date, unleash this potential for unlimited sexual pleasure that lies within her, check out my program, Bedroom Boss, because it'll show you exactly how to do it. And you can check out Bedroom Boss by clicking the link directly below this video.